Halo, halo, tady Lenka, je pátek a se mnou tady je páteční vysílání angličtiny v karanténě. Končíme 3. týden a vy, kteří už moje vysílání sledujete, víte, že páteční vysílání je pro pokročilejší studenty, so I'm going to switch to English because Tuesday and Friday the sessions, the broadcasts are mostly in English. Monday and Thursday we speak Czech and English. We practice some English, but I support you by speaking Czech as well. But anyway, today is Friday. It's the 3rd Friday of Angličtina v karanténě, of English in quarantine, and we are going to do something really special. You know, I saw all these world museums and galleries putting their collections, their art online and inviting people to come and see what beautiful pieces of art they have. So we are going to do something similar today. We are going on a treasure hunt. And if you were here yesterday for the Thursday session, you know that I asked you or people who were there to work along. I gave you a task that you were supposed to finish during our broadcast, and the same is going to happen today. So I want you to get ready, get a pen and paper, because I have a task for you to finish while we are live, or while you're watching, whether live or you were watching the recording. I want you to work with me. We'll have a session. I'll give you some time to complete a task. But anyway, before I even start, I have to check that everything's fine. So let me see. The sound seems to be correct. Hello, everyone who's joined me live. Well, and hello to everyone who is watching the recording as well. Well, everything seems fine. So, let's go on a treasure hunt to a gallery. You know that on Friday I usually use some of our past videos, but before we get to a video, I want you to get ready and I want us to discuss some art. Okay, ready? Because we're going to have a look at a painting now. See? There we go. Now tell me in the comments, who do you think the artist is? Who do you think the painter of this painting is? It's, by the way, from the National Gallery in Prague. So I'm taking you on a visit to an art gallery, as I promised. And this is a painting from the National Gallery in Prague. Now, if you look at the style, now type in the comments, that's a good idea. Type in the comments if you have any guesses about the painter, about the artist, or about the period. Do you know how we call this style of paintings? Let's see if there are any guesses. Now, if any of you is guessing it's Picasso, you're really close. But it is not Picasso. But I do have another painting from National Gallery that actually is by Picasso. See, this is a very similar painting, and this actually is Picasso. The previous painting, however, is by a Czech painter called Emil Fila. Now, Emil Fila was a Czech painter who painted in the style of Picasso. And again, if I can see in the comments your guesses, if anyone is guessing that the style is called Cubism, then you're right. Both Picasso, the Spanish painter, and Emil Fila, the Czech painter, are proponents of the art style that's called Cubism. And it's very specific, right? It looks very modern. Now again, what is your guess? How old do you think this painting is? How old do you think Picasso or Fila's paintings are? They look very modern. Even in 21st century, they look very modern. but they are not that young, I should say. They are 100 years old. So Cubism was an art style from the beginning of the 20th century, pre-Second World War. Okay, Second World War started in the 40s, 30s, 40s were the critical period, and Cubism is an art style of the 1910s, 20s, 30s maybe maximum. Okay, now I want you to go and explore Emil Villa's life, because he was an interesting guy, just like Picasso. But I want us to talk about Emil Villa today, and that is the treasure hunt I'm going to send you on. I want you to open Wikipedia, Wikipedia in English if possible. Here you see the address for the entry about Emil Villa in English, and I'm going to drop it in the comment box as well. Just give me a second. And I want you to open the Wikipedia page and complete this text. Okay? You already know a gap filling exercise, so here is a text about Emil Villa with some places left blank with no text. Well, if you read the text, Emil Villa at the end of the 19th century, he a painter and artist. When the Second World War, he of Prague, he in the Netherlands. And I'm not going to cough through the whole article or the text. You can read it for yourself. But I want you to go to this Wikipedia entry and try to scan through the text on Wikipedia and fill in the blanks. Okay, so I want you to try to complete the text about Emil Villa with information. It shouldn't be too difficult. You might be able to guess some of the blanks, the words, but the Wikipedia article is going to help you. And just as yesterday, I am going to pause a little bit to give you 5 minutes. So now it's time for you to get your pen and paper and try to complete the blanks with the information. We will review it afterwards. All right? Are you ready? Because I am starting the countdown again. If you don't complete it, don't worry. The countdown is going to show you what time or when I'm coming back again. So 5 minutes. Ready? Go. and I am back. I am back and I want to know how you were doing. Was 5 minutes enough to scan the Wikipedia article and to complete the blanks? Well, I'll give you one more chance to complete the blanks because I think that by now you should be ready to understand our conversation we had about visiting an art gallery and visiting an exhibition with Emil Fila's paintings. So now is the time for you again to try to complete the gaps or maybe to check whether you got it right or not. But this time we are going to listen to a conversation, to an older video we did with Abby some time ago that has got exactly this text in it. So you'll be able to complete your text just by listening to our conversation. Ready for the short video about Emil Fila and visiting an art gallery? Yep. Let's do this. Okay, so here we go.
I'm Abby.
And I'm Lenka.
And we're
Lights, Camera, English. What did you do last weekend?
Well, I went to town.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a great exhibition and I really enjoyed it.
Oh, so you went, you saw, and you enjoyed.
That pretty much sums it up.
And these are also beautiful examples of verbs in the past tense. Tell me more.
Have you ever heard of Emil Fila?
I have heard of him.
Mm-hmm.
I know he was a Czech painter.
Yes.
In the 30s.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Do you know much about him?
Not more than that.
No. Okay.
Why are you asking?
Well, I went to an Emil Fila exhibition in Prague recently, and it was wonderful. His work is so wide-ranging, so inspiring, quite beautiful.
Mm-hmm. I
really responded to it, and so I wanted to find out a bit about him, the man behind this incredible work. So I thought, well, that's obvious. I just read all the text that's written on the wall next to his paintings. And actually, I was just really disappointed because it wasn't about who he was. It was all about individual dates and things that he'd done. Like this piece of art was dedicated to the something museum or donated to the something museum at this time. And I was just really disappointed because there I was surrounded by inspiring work, kind of his life's work dripping off the walls, and I knew nothing about his life story.
Well, I'm afraid I can't really fill you in.
It's okay. Google did. It's just strange that I had to leave the space where his life's work is on the wall and to learn about his life story. So
now you know the life story.
I do know a little bit about his life story, but only a little bit. Okay, so he was born at the end of the 19th century.
Right.
He became a painter and artist all round, actually. And then the First World War broke out, and for that, he actually went out of Prague. He lived in the Netherlands for a bit. Mm-hmm. Then he returned to Prague, and he was a teacher and painter. And then at the very beginning of the Second World War, he was arrested and taken to a concentration camp, where he spent the duration of the Second World War. And while he was there, he had 6 heart attacks.
Oh, God. Did he survive?
He did. He did survive. And somehow managed to write a book while he was there called On Freedom, which is great. And then he was freed, and he returned to Prague, and he returned to teaching with a vengeance, and produced absolutely wonderful pieces of art.
Yeah, it is interesting. It's very Picasso-esque.
It is. Picasso was one of his main influences. And he was one of the leaders in bringing expressionism, cubism, and surrealism to the Czech people.
Sounds Chinese.
Oh, okay. But I find it very, very inspiring.
Well, maybe I should go and see the exhibition.
I highly recommend it. Yeah.
Oh, thanks. I have my program for this weekend.
Great. Tell me what you think.
So that was it.
Don't forget to like our video
and subscribe to our channel.
for more great videos.
And if you want to download the transcript
Lesson notes,
or some extra goodies,
then head over to our website.
all right, and I'm back, and again I want to check with you how you were doing. Was it difficult or was it easy to understand what we were talking about? I guess that with the preparation or your fact checking on Wikipedia, it should be a little easier to understand the conversation, right? Okay, and we are going to check how you did with the task. That is, how you completed the blanks in the text. So let me switch back to the text. There we go. We have the text about Emil Villa that you were supposed to complete. And I have the full version for you, so you can check for yourself how you did. So let me just switch to the right. There we go. So let's check together. Emil Villa was born at the end of the 19th century. He became a painter and artist. When the First World War broke out, he went out of Prague. He lived in the Netherlands. After the war, he returned to Prague and he was a teacher and painter. At the very beginning of the Second World War, he was arrested and taken to a concentration camp where he spent the duration of the Second World War. While he was there, he had 6 heart attacks. He survived. He managed to write a book while he was there called On Freedom. Then he was freed and he returned to Prague and he returned to teaching and produced absolutely wonderful pieces of art. Picasso was one of his main influences. He was one of the leaders in bringing Expressionism, Cubism, and Surrealism to the Czech people. So how did it go? I'll leave the slide with the text for a little bit so that you can check whether you finished the text correctly. Okay. And now tell me, how did it go? Again, I want to hear from you in the comments. By the way, the video that we were watching together now is available on our YouTube channel, and the full complete transcript is for download from our website. So if you want to see the full download, and you can also check the text for yourself, because the text we were completing is taken directly from the conversation. So to check your work and to check the rest of the conversation, you're welcome to download the transcript of the video. Well, I hope that you enjoyed our virtual visit to an art gallery, that you learned something about Emil Villa, a Cubist painter who lived 100 years ago. And I hope that you are in good mood to spend the rest of the evening in an active way. If possible, go to an art gallery online, to British Museum maybe, or watch something on Netflix in English, of course. And with that, I will leave you for tonight. And I wish you a wonderful weekend. And I hope to see you again in our Facebook group, Mluvte anglicky bez obav. And of course, on Monday again during our live broadcast. Have a wonderful weekend. I'm looking forward to seeing you again next week. Bye for now.